Hello! How's everybody doing? I know it's been a while since my last stream, but I've had a lot going on. No one's watching yet. Okay. Hold on. Let's teleport to Elpis. Whoa. Oh, oh no. That's not good at all. Oh, that is very, oh no. That is really not good. Okay, there we go. Things seem to be leveling out. That's good, that's good, that's good. Whew! It looked like I was having a bit of a lag spike. That's why I was panicking. So, Cinder, you would know which one of these two is or maybe is it this one? Which one of these is the raid quest line? Hello? Oh. Oh, it starts in Labyrinthos? Not Elpis? For some reason, it says I have 0 viewers. Okay. Might I have already done it? Hmm. You... How could you lie to me like this? How? Not another lag spike! If my calculations were correct, I knew that this very spot would encounter none other than Lady, who's the hero who saw us through the final days. So certain I was of my math that I stood here for... let's not concern ourselves with that. I am Nemgigi. Nemgigi? Assistant to one Professor Claudin. We worked with as Atioscope to observe the ethereal sea and delve into its myriad of mysteries. Some mysteries, though, are beyond even our capabilities to unravel. The strange crystal we but recently discovered, for instance, defies our conjecture. You've been to the center of the star and far beyond it. However, so we hope that you may see something in the crystal that we academics do not. I beg you lend us your well-traveled eye to Poria. Professor Claudian will be eagerly awaiting your arrival. Huh. It's apparently our anniversary. No, that's the main... It's the MSQ. You sent me to the next step, Cinder. Greetings, lady, and welcome to my humble laboratory. I'm sure MGG has already told you plenty about us, but allow me to introduce myself personally. I am Yes, that is a dude. I'm Claudine, leader of the Still Research Collective. I must admit, I've been nervous about this meeting ever since Nemgigi sent out to find you. Set out, not sent. For a researcher in my field, there is no greater honor than to meet the first woman in history to traverse the ethereal sea and return to tell the tale. The Professor speaks often of the length of your deeds, but he has no small number of achievements of his own name. He has peered deeply into the ethereal sea than any other in Charlian. And the breadth of knowledge is perilous. Perilous, perhaps, but for a single woman, we must seize this precious opportunity to learn what we can from her, and perhaps crack this conundrum that has stumped the three of us for moons. It was we who peered into the fathomless sea of the Anti-Tower in the Dravinian hinterlands. There, we spoke with Heidelin and learned of the fate that would befall the star, the final days. Soon thereafter, all the research was moved to Labyrinthos, and through the Adioscope, we did continue our vigil. As impressive a work as the device is... Oh dear. I am losing a lot of frames. Which brings us to the matter at hand. Not long after the Exodus was declared, we recovered an unusual crystal shard during a routine observation. It appeared before us suddenly, as if propelled to the surface by some unknown force. This is bad. We found that it possessed an ethereal density that exceeded that of normal crystals by orders of magnitude, and its shape resembles nothing which occurs in the natural world. It was made, not formed. Unfortunately, that was the extent of the information we could glean before we were forced to turn our focus towards the Exodus. The crystal was very nearly forgotten amidst all this the sudden upheaval. But thanks to the efforts of a certain someone, that crisis is now behind us, and we are free to resume our search. Thus did we decide to seek you out, the dauntless adventurer who delved into the unknown and beheld its innermost secrets, and now we would have you see it for yourself. Here's the crystal in question. It resembles aught. If it resembles aught you have encountered before, even in the smallest degree, please say so. Memories abide within this crystal, blah 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 blah. As I thought, you do know what this is. Please tell me everything. Okay, well this all started with... I'm losing so many frames. I see. The Ascians use these to transfer their memories to new vessels. Fascinating indeed. It was plain that this crystal was special somehow, but this revelation surpasses even my considerable expectations. Similarly, the artifact has appeared through the ages. Memories of material techniques manifested as crystalline shards on the battlefield or stored stones passed from master to student. A comparison between said artifacts and this crystal may prove a fruitful first step in unveiling its true nature. What do you think, Professor? Ascian memories, windows through which we can gaze upon the convocation of 14. Unlike the Crystal Lady's story, this one does not bear the mark of the convocation. Who, then, could these memories belong to? And more importantly, why were they stored in this particular shard? More importantly still, why was it set adrift on the ethereal sea? Oh no. Chat, is everything okay? How bad's the lag? You see, okay. Huh. Yes! I'm well aware that contemplation is key to breakthrough, but there is propriety to consider. We have a guest. One you invited explicitly. Must we do this every time? Yes, of course, a guest. Terribly sorry. I do so easily find myself unmoved by the tides of rumination. Perhaps a more engaging use of your time with us would be for you to take up the crystal. If indeed these are memories stored within, they may reveal themselves to you upon contact. But okay, yeah, I don't see a problem with this. This can't be dangerous in the slightest. Oh, it does look like something's happening. If anyone, message come, pandemonium, please. faces grave threat. Star in danger. That expression does not bode well. What did you see? I didn't see anything, but I heard a voice talking. Pandemonium. It is not a word I've heard before. Okay. If my knowledge of the ancient tongue is correct, it means all demons. I guess it would be pandemonium. Like daemon. Not a name that inspires optimism, all things considered. Kofefe. I have skipped 70% of my frames. In the event that another star-shattering cataclysm is in fact bearing down upon us, I would have the aforementioned examples of crystallized memories to hand. Nemgigi, Rusinod, I entrust their procurement to you. If there are more memories to be extracted from this crystal, we will find them. As for you, lady, there is a person I would have you seek. The one who has delivered so daring a warning. Your story tells us that this crystal could very well have been made by one of the ancients. If that's the case, then discerning the nature of this pandemonium would require a trip far into the past to an era before the Sundering. I know of only one individual capable of such a feat, the very hero who traveled time to prevent the world's doom. How does everybody know about this? I must confess that the tales people tell of your adventures beggar belief, and the very veracity has been a subject of much debate among my peers. After today's meeting, however, there can be no doubt in my mind that every incredible exploit is a fact. So, I ask you now, return to the past, find out what and where Pandemonium is, and if we need be concerned by this message. Thank you. For the time being, you should keep the crystal in your possession. I do not think you've seen the last of its memories, and more may be drawn out as you approach their source. Safe travels, and may we meet again soon to share our findings. Are you serious? Okay, so cutscenes in Final Fantasy XIV apparently kill my stream, because it seems to be completely better now. That's upsetting. That's really upsetting. Ugh. Wait, there's stairs? Oh. Whew. Oh, dang. They are looking good. Hey, I have a My streaming software has finally informed me that I have a view. Oh. I finally had a viewer. Whew. Gotta get back to the past. Lag spikes back. If receive this message. Come, pandemonium, quickly. So it seems to be that loading screens and cutscenes murder Final Fantasy XIV streams for me for some reason. I think I just fell. Could it be? No, of course not. Apologies, but for the briefest moment I thought you were a dear friend of mine. I realize now that such a notion is preposterous. She told me a falling star would appear before me, and I suppose you must be it. Truth be told, I did not expect that expression to be so literal. Ah, apologies for introducing myself properly. My name is Themis, and as you can see by my bare face, I'm not one of Elpis's observers. Rather, I'm come here on an assignment, which has been more or less routine up until this very moment. You certainly do know how to make an entrance. I must wonder what brought you here. For it is plain that you don't belong here, or any place, I know for that matter. I'm a Zem's familiar. It appears my initial impression was not so preposterous after all. I did not know my friend had such a unique familiar at her disposal. If you're here at Zem's behest, then I believe I can hazard a guess as to your purpose. You are here to investigate Pandemonium, yes? Nod. Nod. If so, we may be able to help one another. But first, might I trouble you to explain how you came to collide with my skull? Convincing lie. Convincing lie. Convincing lie. I see. I believe that dispels any major doubts I had concerning your intentions. Apologies for being so intrusive, but you must understand, this is an uncommon occurrence. I shall pry no further, for I am well aware that we all have secrets we must keep. However, if I may, I'd very much like to take a look at that crystal of yours. Fascinating. Well, I cannot say much as to what it contains. It's clear that our memory's stirring within. Memories that speak of something gravely amiss in Pandemonium. The facilities extend beneath Elpis, and oversee the words of La Habrea. It houses those creations that are highly valued as research subjects. Oof. And highly dangerous to the star. Naturally, it's strictly guarded and under constant surveillance. Several days ago, however, an unnatural shift in the flow of its surrounding aether was detected. Soon thereafter, all communications from Pandemonium ceased. Huh? That's not good. I'm here as a representative of an organization that works directly with the convocation, and have been tasked with investigating this incident. Now that there's some measure of transparency between us, might I offer a suggestion as to what we should do next? I like this guy. Ooh, what materia? Cinder, what materia should I pick? I'm gonna go with critical hit. Well, I do somewhat want to do some Reaper stuff as well, but I need to level to really do anything current with that. Where familiars dare. Now then, my proposal is a simple one. Let us journey to Pandemonium together. Our destination is the same, and I suspect the arrangement would work to our mutual benefit. Besides, I should have no trouble gaining us both access. I do hope you agree. I would be loath to part ways from the falling star I had been waiting for so long. Originally, I had planned to conduct my investigation with the friend I mentioned earlier. She had also noticed the anomaly near Pandemonium, so it only seemed natural that we should investigate it together. However, she eventually decided that it would be unwise for us both to go. If two members of our organization were seen poking our heads about restricted facilities, it would raise questions, you see. I decided to go alone, but she left me with the words, "Fear not, for in my absence a star shall fall before you." While I could not comprehend her meaning at the time, I believe now I understand. She does have a way of being right about these things. Even so, her hints of what to come are generally more cryptic. I suppose I should have kept my gaze to the heavens. Suffice it to say, I am grateful for your presence either way. As for the matter at hand, we must first gain permission from the words of La Habrea to enter into Pandemonium. There ought to be a speaker waiting for Angeris? As Isis. Puppo. Where is... I have not acquired flying yet here. Oof. Look at him go. I came here to do Pandemonium. I should not. I should do Aether Current hunting, shouldn't I? Yeah, let's do some Aether Current hunting. Shouldn't take too long. I just guessed, and I was right. That's hilarious. Oh my god. I love these creatures. Oh, they don't like me, though. Okay, so it is up there. Oof, I do have to travel up. There it is. Oh, I have, like, none of them. There it is. That's the wrong button. That actually very well could be on the bottom of this island. Yeah, we got Chocho back. Okay, I can't make that jump, no matter where I jump from. Does it let me jump? No, it doesn't even let me jump anyway. Yay! Big boy! Please tell me you're here to deliver a message from Cleon. You are a familiar, yes? A Zem's familiar? Oh, I do so like the name Lady. But if you belong to a Zem, then what has become of our visitor from Amarant? He was meant to be arriving some time ago. Our wildlife subjects are accustomed to the presence of long-term observers. But when someone from outside of Elpis comes to visit, the reactions can be somewhat unpredictable and occasionally violent. Would you be so kind as to track down Cleon and see that no harm has befallen him? Visitors don't wear masks, so he should be easy to spot. And if you do happen to find him in the presence of being mauled, you have my permission to terminate the offending subject. Safety first. That's really only a nice one when you can fly in it. I'm very, because I do keep looking over and seeing that I do have a rather laggy stream. Maybe I should just turn off my camera and see if that would work. Now it's southeast. Go away, Hippogriff. Oh, Hippo Surf. That's a weird name. I'm just circling it, apparently. Okay, is it down here? It's down there. No. Oh, it's up there. No. No. Go away. Okay, so I have 3 more. No, wait. 2 more? 2 more in Elpis. Okay. I was right in my guesstimation that it was going to be in between those two buildings. Or pillars. They're not really buildings. Darn it. I was hoping I could increase the latency to hopefully kind of maybe kick some of this lag off. But I think in order for me to do that, I have to restart the stream. And I would prefer not to do that. I didn't even notice that. Okay. What a fascinating etheric signature. In accordance with the Convocation's request, the two of you have been granted leave to observe Pandemonium. I shall register your ether for the records. From this point on, you may freely come and go from Pandemonium as you please. Now that was a painless process. I take this as a sign that we were meant to conduct our investigations together. Yeah. Of course, while you have been permitted entry into the facility, the specimens housed inside must be handled with the utmost care. You are to heed the warder's instructions at all times. Huh? Those who conduct their work within Pandemonium are called warders, for their role with respect to the creatures within. Generally, creations that pose a threat to the safety of the star must be undone. However, the words of La Habre have deemed certain such creations as worthy of future study, interring them within the facility. Those who spend their days in Pandemonium are not merely researchers. They must work tirelessly to ensure that none of their subjects slip their shackles. For instance, for all intents and purposes, the place is a dungeon. Perhaps such a comparison arouses frightful imagery, but Pandemonium is a frightful place. I know not the purpose of your investigation, but if you discover aught that merits a report, pray do so with utmost haste. Master La Habrea shall guide us upon the proper course of action from there. La Habrea. Excuse me. Then I take it that means you have detected nothing amiss of late. The warders have reported nothing that would cause alarm. Minor fluctuations in ether have been observed, but surely Master La Habrea would have acted if there were anything worth worrying about. I see. It appears La Habrea is kept well abreast of the goings-on here, then. I hope I'm not overstepping my boundaries by asking this, but you seem to be quite familiar with Master La Habrea. Do you know him? Oh, the stories I could tell you. You are no mere familiar, are you? Master La Habrea is not known for being generous with his time. That one would have stories of his company almost beggars belief. Regardless, while I doubt I need to tell you this, he is one of the convocation. Take care that your actions do not hinder his work. And with that, we are free to make our way to Pandemonium. The Neos that will take us there is on the eastern bank of Leth. Let's delay no further. No problem. Big Dramgon, but no. Oh. Is there a... There's not an Aether, right? No, I have to go around this really long, weird path. Can I get my motorcycle? I can just go out of my way to grab the motorcycle. Doom. Ow. I've been whacked. Okay, Reaper's only 72. Well, that was simple enough. Thank you for taking the initiative. I wasn't sure about the etiquette of destroying a creature under observation. I'm Cleon, recently arrived from Amarok. I assume Maria sent you to fetch me? Yep. I see. Well, we had best not keep her waiting any longer. Fear not, I will avoid upsetting any more local inhabitants. Nope. Lady, thank you for seeing our guest to safety. Seeing to the safety of our guest. Indeed, my hesitancy to act would have ended poorly had your messenger not been there to shield me. I'm certainly glad that she was. Now, shall we proceed to the business of the day? I believe you had some concerns regarding your personal creations? Yes, it's embarrassing to admit. I was worried that the concepts I registered at the Bureau of the Architect may not be fit for release into the wild. Oh, you needn't feel embarrassed. You wouldn't be the first visitor we've had who's expressed difficulties in helping their children leave the nest. We can look in on them right now, if you like. I should like that very much, but I do have one request. When you swooped in to rescue me from that beast, I was treated to an impressive display of your battle prowess. An entity with your strength and instinct would be perfect candidate for validating the worth of my modest creations. I must insist that you join us. What a fascinating notion. Yes, I quite agree with your assessment. Then we'll all go together, whenever you're ready, lady. Okay. Getting dragged into other people's business again. Hello. I am sometimes having trouble with lag. Okay, I don't actually have to do more for ether currents, though. I am unlocking Pandemonium. My boy. Doot, 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 doot. I love this boy. He big. He wibble. I love him. I'm hoping that once I get to Pandemonium, the lag is lessened, and if it's not, there is a decent chance I will just have to stop camera operations, which would be unfortunate, all things considered, because I want to keep them on. But no one enjoys a super laggy stream. So... oof. Unfortunate. Hello, Themis. I had to contain my surprise for the sake of appearances. But it's true that you two have met La Habre in the flesh? I find you more fascinating by the moment. Still, I shall refrain from asking too many questions. Secrets will make our journey all the more intriguing. We shall come to know each other in time, I wager. Or else why would fate have orchestrated our meeting? In any case, let's be off. Truth be told, this will be my first time beholding the fabled Pandemonium with my own eyes. Here's to a new adventure, eh? Okay, that looks like Dracula's castle from Castlevania. It is much as I feared. The speaker seemed in such high spirits for a moment. I thought that the ethereal irregularity, not nearly so grave and grave a portent as I had imagined. Alas, 'twas a feeling of twas a fleeing in vain hope. To gaze upon this complex network of chains and wards, the untrained eye might not sense anything awry. No effort has been spared in making this place impenetrable. Even the finest of masterworks is not without its flaws, however. Someone or something is tampering with the protections. It is working from within, eroding them from the inside out. Oh no. Fear not. There's no immediate danger. I reinforced what protections I could the moment we arrived. This will not put an end to whatever is occurring, but it shall at least serve to slow its progress. One small victory, though the road ahead of us is yet long. Yes, powerful forces are at work here. The silence in the air speaks volumes. While I did not expect a bustling facility, I see not a single warder. Our first course of action should be to seek out wherever they might be. However, there is something I must know. The magic I wove upon entering requires my constant awareness. That is to say, if we are forced to fight, I cannot risk joining you in battle. Should I lose focus, Pandemonium's protections will rapidly crumble before the force assailing them. Oh, that's not good. Were there another way, I would gladly choose it, but let us at least be grateful that neither of us is here alone, trapped in this hopeless circumstances. If we should fail to find a peaceable solution, then I hope that I can rely on your strength to see us through. Yeah. The request doesn't come as a surprise, to be honest. At least you received it with good humor. Rest assured, I do not mean to stand by idly while you risk your life and limb. I hope to be able to lend at least a touch of magical support. Creation magics do have their uses in that regard. I had it in mind to use your ether as basis for illusionary allies that will fight at your side. Perhaps 7 shall do? Not exactly an army, but by the looks of you, a formidable band nonetheless. Then so shall it be. Now, what I wonder awaits us in Pandemonium's pitless halls. Yay! I got the first level unlocked. So I am just going to take a moment to see if I can maybe fix this lag. So I will be right back. Well, so as you can see, I have turned off my camera. I'm just going to do that because it's not really doing anything at the moment. And these aren't working properly, so we'll remove them as well. Okay. Well then, sadly, I cannot camera. Although, actually, we should maybe head back to Elpis and see, because that's where I was having a good chunk of lag. I have not been lagging in-game, but for pretty much my entire stream, the stream itself has been lagging. Okay. My guess is that... Well, that's good. I just want to give everyone a bit of a better experience overall, and sadly that means I cannot show my adorable face. It's still a bit laggy. I can deal with a bit laggy rather than losing over 60% of my frames. Okay. However, before I do Q for the first circle, I will actually make a quick moment and run to the bathroom. So, I will, once again, be right back. Okay, there we go. I had the wrong microphone set up, but because I had a program that was monitoring my voice, it was going through. I turned off the program that was monitoring my voice and fixed the microphone that my software was reading, which fixed the problem. What? It appears to be one of the waters we seek, but I'm afraid he's of no use. Okay, well, that's going too fast for me to read out loud. Rip. Congrabs? Thank you. Congrabs for what? I need to sit up straight. Ow. I chose to sit up straight at the wrong time. I pressed the wrong button. Ooh. Oh, okay. The swirling orbs around him are the ones that you don't want to be standing in. I understand now.
Wait, what? Did I die immediately on get up? That's upsetting. Wait for this one to go off. Get up. Thank you. I am out of practice. Thank you for the carry, Cinder. What a thrilling display! And if I may say... And if I may be so vaunting, the warriors I spun from your ether fought even more splendidly than I had anticipated. I suppose they were cut from excellent cloth, after all. We should wait until this man regains his senses. He wears the robes of a warder, and I would be very curious to know what drove him to attack us. Sight unseen. Lady, he stirs. What came over me? It's coming back to me. My mind was filled with a storm of desperation, anger. I leapt at you, though I knew naught of your intentions. Pray accept my apologies, and my thanks. Had you not knocked some sense back into me, I may have fallen upon someone less capable of defending themselves. It's okay. It happens all the time. I am Etrius, a warder of Asphodelos, Pandemonium's highest layer, and the place we are in now. One must wonder why you were so desperate to keep us out. What is happening in Pandemonium? The creations interred within Asphodelos have been set free and stalk its halls to no end but violence. That's not good. That is not good, to say the least. Has this ever happened before? No, never. Each layer of Pandemonium is under the charge of a keyword, who keeps strict control over the most minute aspects of their domain. They're selected with great care, and their loyalty to Master Lahabrea is absolute. Yet something has gone terribly wrong. Try as we might to hold the line, the chaos within is overwhelming. I hardly realized that I had become separated from my colleagues. I remember a chorus of whispers assailing my senses, and afterwards only flashes of rage and fury. Then blackness, from which I awoke to find that whatever had overcome me was gone. I see. Your senses may have been muddled by magics that affect the mind. Perhaps the selfsame ones that saw you separated from other warders. Whatever had taken hold of me, thanks to you for releasing me from its clutches. That you've come here from the surface must mean some word of our plight has reached the outside world. If you know anything that may help, pray tell. Horror among horrors. So Pandemonium's protections are indeed being dismantled from within. By the same individual or individuals that released its captives and set them upon you, no doubt. Such knowledge avails us little, however, if we cannot ascertain their identity. Themis, was it? You said you worked for an organization under the auspices of the Convocation. Were they to receive word of what has happened, what has transpired here? What measures would they take? Doubtless, they would consider this place to be lost cause. Pandemonium's ties to the outside world have been severed, or perhaps it would be wiped from existence entirely. As I thought. Were the creatures to escape into the outside world, there would be untold carnage. The words of Lahabrea would never risk that, despite what value the research subjects may hold. All the more reason to work with haste. If we can't expect further help, then it falls upon me to save the others. I'll not leave them behind. You would go alone? I won't leave the other warders to face certain doom. I know they fight for survival even now. They wouldn't abandon their duty. They would see the creatures return to their cells at all costs. And so I must do the same. Themis, I know the request I'm about to make is a monumental one, but please, say not a word of this to the Convocation until I've been given a chance to set things right. Forgive my rudeness, Erichthonius, but my decision cannot be swayed by emotion. You would only be consigning yourself to an early death. Strength of resolve alone cannot win in the face of overwhelming odds. That being said, our investigation has only begun, and we would be remiss to turn back ere we've made an exhaustive survey. So for the time being, there is slightly more than resolve to rely upon. Am I being asked to fight more things? Let's do it. I knew you'd be eager to join us. Each moment since you fell from the skies has been more interesting than the last. More and more you remind me of my dear friend, which goes some way towards encouraging me that this matter will yet reach a satisfactory conclusion. So you agree to help? For the moment, our goals align. The protective magics of Pandemonium yet hold, so for the moment time is in our favor. Let us proceed upon the course you and Lady have set us upon. Themis and Lady, yes? Thank you. The warders owe you a great debt already. We shall be glad to have someone familiar with Pandemonium's halls by our side. A party of 3 is ever so more entertaining than a pair of 2. Now let us turn our attention to rescuing your colleagues. Perhaps it would be wise to approach the gates, in case any have followed you out. Not a sound can be heard from within, which means neither creature nor warders made it this far. We should begin forming a plan to save them at once. Forgive me if I misunderstand, but do you mean to rescue the warders and creations both? Naturally, although they may be dangerous, they're valuable research subjects. I wouldn't see our labor or our untold hours of study go to waste. I dare say La Habrea would smile to hear you say such a thing. That is, if we had cause to report this incident to him. Smile? I'm not sure his face is capable of such warmth. Ah, so you have met him before. I was under the impression he rarely visited Pandemonium. I have, yes. My mentor was the previous head of this facility. That is to say, La Habrea's predecessor in the position of Chief Keyword. Her name was Athena, and she was a researcher within the words. 'Twas she who appointed me to this position, in fact. I see. I didn't know you were the chief keyword before La Habrea. That there was a chief keyword before La Habrea. Your motivation to save your research subjects is not entirely driven by duty or the words, then. You wish to also preserve the work of your mentor. You've the right of it. I'm lacking in ideas of how to go about that. However, I'm a mere warder. I cannot wield internment magics. Internment magics? But of course, I can hardly expect you to be versed in the magics we use here. If you recall, during our battle earlier, I bound you in ethereal shackles. Internment is more refined and powerful magic based upon the same principles. While both are used to keep our subjects docile, only the keyword of each tier is permitted to use internment. Even if I were allowed, I lack the aptitude to use the spell to any notable effect. Fascinating. I had some knowledge of these forms of spellcraft, actually. La Habrea himself established their foundation, if I recall. While shackles are meant to bind an object in place for a short time, internment freezes the very space around it for as long as the caster wills. Indeed. While the illusionary beings you summoned in our fight suggest as much. It seems your knowledge of magic is vast. Perhaps you've already mastered the art of internment, and I've been lecturing you like a child all this time. I'm afraid my knowledge ends there. I have not the precise understanding of how the invocations interact with the natural laws that would be needed to cast said spell with any consistency. While I consider myself well versed in various magics, I would be ill-advised to assume the duties of keyword without instruction. That being said, if I were to learn more of internment and its inner workings, perhaps. Leave the fighting to me. You two can figure out the rest. I dare say we can just do that. Echthonus, you implied that what prevented you from performing internment was a lack of magical capacity. What if I supplemented your power with my own? Would the spell succeed then? I can't say for certain. I've never heard of such a thing being done. I believe it may be our best resource. That is, of course, assuming you can perform the initial rites and incantations flawlessly. Even the smallest misstep and we would have to start over. You needn't worry about that. I've seen the spell cast many times. Their motions have been burned into my memory. I won't disappoint. Very well. Let us work out the specifics afterwards. Once we do, we can test our methods on one of the escaped creatures, though I suppose there's the matter of finding one. It would be foolish to rush in blindly, lest we find ourselves surrounded with naught but an untested stratagem at our disposal. Nay, I would prefer to engage a single creature that lady could dispatch on her own if the spell were to go awry. I agree. I may have an idea in that regard. I recall seeing that a hippocampus wandering the waterways during my fight. Perhaps it's still there? A few subjects housed within Asphodelis are fond of water, and I believe we'll be able to engage the beast without fear of unwanted guests. Then shall we... Or perhaps subject is a better term. Before we commence with the internment magics, the creatures should be weakened to a sufficient degree. I believe I can trust you with that task. As dependable as ever. Once you've given it a thorough trouncing, we shall bind the hippocampus with the keyword's magic. Until then, my illusions shall fight by your side. The hippocampus will be alone, but it's a daunting opponent nonetheless. Its magic warps the environment around it, and it will be at home amidst the waterways. Steel yourself for a fight. Cinder, question. I have a few of these. How do I use them? Okay. It is Razatan. Might as well try to get a few more before going, right? We're waiting for Q to pop. By the way, I am thinking about doing some He Who Funny Reaper leveling. queue is taking a while. I'm honestly kind of surprised. Oh. Comments. That is not a hippogriff. That is Ultima. That is just Ultima. thank you. Oh. Fuck. Stop swearing, Krim. No swearing allowed. Swearing is bad. I'm gonna get hit by something. Yeah. Oh my god, this guy keeps following me. Why? Shit. Stop swearing, Krim. Not gonna make it in time for the stack. I did, okay, good. Woo! I didn't die this time. That's cool. I am getting kind of unlucky. I knew that there were no mere mercenary, but to make such clean work of the hippocampus, seasoned fighters, I accidentally skipped that. Needless to say, our plan worked to perfection, in no small part thanks to you two. Themis's power was more than enough to complete the internment. Spellcasting was never my strong suit, but that almost made me feel like a proper magus. So I can get the upgraded ring, and I have 2 legs so far. Truly, having seen your abilities firsthand in your fight with Lady... I beg to disagree. Shackles is the one exception, and 'tis only because I've been forced to practice it since I was but a small child. Other magics leave me feeling completely out of my depth. Regardless, it seems luck is on my side. To guide me to you, we may prove the impossible possible after all. Oh. Well, our success in sealing away the hippocampus is certainly heartening. The fact that we have yet to see any other warders concerns me. The keyword of Asphodyllos is nothing but cautious. Doubtless he has gathered what warders he could and retreated to a safe area. Let us hope so. It occurs to me that I know little of the keywords besides their magic prowess. Is there aught more you can share? Of course. A man named Hesperos is in charge of Asphodyllos. Not only does he have thorough knowledge of the creatures here, but he takes great pains to be a mentor to each of the warders under his charge. He has done much to ensure that I flourish here, in spite of my ineptitude at magic. And I have always known him to be the sort of man who faces difficult decisions with unwavering composure. Furthermore, keywords are not only masters of internment, they also bend the hallways of Pandemonium to their will with creation magics. With all this in mind, I'm certain that so long as Hesperos guides them, the other warders are safe. I can see why absolute control over the environs is impressive. Had we faced the hippocampus upon arid sand instead of waterways, I suspect the battle would have ended much more quickly. In any case, if this Hesperos is as capable and caring as you say, we would do well to seek him out as soon as we can. He has like as not taken your colleagues to a secure location. The safest place would be the innermost circle of Asphodyllos. From here they would flee to Abyssos if hard pressed. Even though they've sought safe haven within the other circles, if we make for the fourth, we ought to encounter them on the way. Indeed, and we shall gain a comprehensive understanding of the situation within Asphodyllos, which will be essential in determining whether we ought to continue down to Abyssos. The rub, of course, is that I myself possess no power to bend the circles to my will. Instead, we must proceed through the central corridor, which was barred by the Phoenix, last I checked. Phoenix? I've heard that name before. A fiery bird with life eternal. Beyond unquenchable brilliance, the perfect concept boasts nigh boundless restorative powers. If I recall, truly an exceptional feat of creation magics. Perfection is ever built on the back of failure, however, and La Habrea suffered countless missteps during his experiments. And
he was hardly the only one. This phoenix will be but one of many attempts at the concept gone awry. Aye, from evoking wonder, our phoenix is a creature of fury and wrath, and seeks only to turn the world to ash, thus was confined to pandemonium. Development of the concept continued elsewhere, but the moons turned, and more researchers abandoned the project as an impossibility, save for La Habrea and his words. When I received word that at long last La Habrea had succeeded where so many others had failed, I was nearly overcome. Pray tell, how did the Wanderers of Pandemonium celebrate their master's accomplishment? I don't believe we did. The research of the words of La Habrea has little consequence to the work here. Save for those rare times it charges us with a new specimen. Truth be told, I don't remember anyone making note of the occasion. What? But enough reminiscing. We must make ready to confront the Phoenix. While it's possible that it flew off to some other wing of Pandemonium, we would make the assumption at our own peril. Better to assume that we'll need to bring Asphodels's most unruly subject to heel. I certainly see no reason to delay. The Phoenix's power of a flame will avail it far less in a barren corridor than elsewhere. So it may well serve us to subdue it sooner rather than later. Right! Whoa. We best be careful. That was the Phoenix. I figured as much. What? What? Seems whoever is behind this can alter the space around us at will. We face an uphill battle. Impossible. If those were creation magics at work, then that means... Let's confront that reality after we have conquered the enemy in front of us. Every drop of our focus shall be required if we are to inter the Phoenix. Right. Ba, 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 ba. Off to Ilsabard. Wait, Ilsabard? No, we're going to... Well, I think it is Ilsabard, but off to Razathan we go. We go to get the stuff I need. 585. I am at 584. I found you, Cinder. Hug. Wait, why do I need books? Oh. Oh, okay. I need a lot more. What do you mean, go back? Huh? Ah. Thank you. I eventually want to get DPS stuff, like maiming stuff, because I do want to level up Reaper, but my Reaper's only level 72 right now. Apparently this is better than the... because it's high quality, isn't it? Okay. Oh wait, and I have 2 pants. And pants require 4. Okay. Okay, so I'm looking for... Probably, yeah, the Taurian... Oh. Those are market prohibited as well. Okay. Yeah, like my earrings. Do I have any items worth selling, really? Hmm. Oh wow, the price dropped so hard since I was selling this. I am somewhat aware at how long my stream delay is, but I'm running in low latency, not extreme low latency, and next time I play, I'm probably going to be running at an even higher latency in hopes that I can have my camera on. Do we have an ETA on Elto? Because he didn't seem interested in wanting to play, but was not present. No, I already used the things I got before checking. So I will have to pick up earrings on the next stage. I know. Oh, wow, that was a big jump. That was a super big jump. We can now fight, Wind Woman. Would you be up to do that so I can actually progress story? Oh my god. No. That's bad. Bonk. Oh, you can just climb up the side there. We are queued up. Woo! Down, down, down. Should I stop acapella-ing? I enjoy it. You know what? No. I don't care what you say. I enjoy it. Doom 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 doom. Doom 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 doom. Doom 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 doom. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Yes! Final Fantasy IV music! Oh, and now I see what you mean by hair. Yeah.
Give yourselves to my scouring winds that I may feast upon your essence. What exquisite evening. My head shimmers with anticipation.
What? I was not in that! Oh. Oh, thank God I hadn't respawned invulnerability. Okay.
My looks are as the wind.
Are you kidding?
Strong and free. You feel it too, do you not? You've done well to last this long. But the battle has only just begun.
What?
I'll slaughter you all. Your death is bad. I'll make it. Don't underestimate me. Feel my fury. Know your place.
So many small AoEs.
Be gone from my sight. The insolence.
Woo!
No, I will not be denied.
Well, that was honestly a lot of fun. Sadly, no loot.
There's still time. With more of the dragon's ether, I can yet. You're finished.
Let's go, Zero!
Damn it all!
That's a big crystal. Me want bite. Me want darkness crystal delight. It looks like a giant piece of rock candy.
I see you've bested Barbaricia. Well done.
Her minions too are all crystallized or scattered. The day is ours.
What of my sister? Tell me you learned something about Ashdaya. So the Archfiend and her crystal yielded not.
Our efforts have not been entirely fruitless. We have deprived your sister's captor of another powerful champion. With Zero, we may yet challenge Golbez and his minions.
Indeed. We could not have come this far without your aid. Thank you, Zero.
I but fulfilled my part of the bargain. And now I will have my...
Her ether is nearly spent. Perhaps unsurprising given how much power
I wouldn't want to face another Archfiend without her. We should hurry back to Zero's domain.
Agreed. Eager though I am to continue, it would be unwise to risk our lives for the sake of haste. Let us suspend the mission and tend to Zero.
Though Zero remains unconscious, she appears otherwise fine. Insofar as I can discern at any rate, being part Void Center physiology may be rather different from ours. Let's observe it for a while, as we discuss our next move. How long do you suppose she'll remain this way? I haven't the faintest inkling, nor can I say whether the Aether can afford... The Aether we can afford to share will be enough to awaken her. It will be best to take her back to the source. There she would be guaranteed all she requires. Zero cannot give her consent, but it seems we have no choice. The alternative would be to leave her defenseless. Should she later desire it, we can bring her home. Lady, might I ask you to hold on to Barbaricia's memoria? It may yet serve a purpose.
Oh, what happened to her?
You have business with Zero?
We have a newcomer, a former minion of Barbaricia. Let her know when she wakes, will you?
Barbaricia's minion?
Why not go and find this newcomer? So we have something to tell Zero, if nothing else.
Indeed. May I trouble you to join me, lady? With luck, we might learn something of Golbez.
Oh, big boy. You're the ones who felled Barbaricia. I won't make trouble. I'll obey, so please let me stay.
If you would obey, then tell me what you know of Golbez.
There isn't much I can tell. Only the archfiends are allowed into his domain. Wherever it is. None but they know.
I see. No better way to guard oneself than keeping one's location secret. How does Golbez communicate with his minions afield?
He has these scepters, staves, whatever they are. He uses them to talk to those far away.
Not unlike link pearls, at least in function. That will be all. Thank you for your cooperation. My thanks to you as well for affording me the time. I'm satisfied. Let us rejoin the others and head home.
Reading the story aloud actually helps me enjoy it more. I will say that for certainty.
I trust you understand that once we leave the 13th, we will not return until we prepare to resume our search. Knowing this, are you ready to depart?
Will not be able to freely return to the 13th. Are you certain you wish to leave? Yes.
Back to Toria, then and thence home.
Okie dokie.
yeah!
Ah, you're all safe.
A moment while I close the gate. There. We may rest easy for now. Was there any trouble? I expect some void sense slip through.
A few did, aye. But we were ready and dealt with them without incident.
That is well. I cannot thank you enough for your vigilance.
Yes, yes, you're grateful. But aren't you forgetting something more important? You know, the polite but warm formalities one delights in hearing when their little brother returns from a long journey.
Indeed. You are right. It is good to be home again, among those who I love dearly and missed so much.
And we are glad to receive you, Bashan. Welcome home.
Chambers have been prepared for your use at Megaduta. Let us take Zero there at once.
Big hammer.
Our mission took many an unexpected turn. I am relieved that we have all returned safely. But before you all enjoy the rest you have earned 12 times over, I would consult you on one last matter.
Zero.
While she appears none the worse for wear, she remains locked in slumber. I cannot help but worry. Is there aught we can do to expedite her recovery? If her ether is exhausted, perhaps...
In the wastelands of the 13th, one can only replenish ether by taking it from others, be it by trade or by force. In contrast, the source is rich in ambient ether. Simply being here and drawing breath, Zero will absorb what she needs.
Then we need but wait?
I believe so. She will awaken in time, and when she does, give her something to eat. Judging by her form, she should also be able to derive nourishment from food. I know you promised her your ether, but perhaps she might appreciate fine harnish cuisine more.
Food can certainly be arranged.
She looks like any other person. Unsurprising, perhaps, given that she is only part void sent.
Zero said before that Xenos had altered her essence. A change wrought, I suspect, with the power of darkness. It acted upon the part of her that is void sent, rendering it dominant. Thus we were able to reverse it with the power of light. I labour to believe that Xenos possessed such arcane knowledge. In all likelihood, it came from Daniel. Were Zero wholly void sent, I doubt the crystal would have had an effect on her. One might say that Hydaelyn had a hand in your meeting.
It is no exaggeration to say that Zero has proven herself invaluable. A boon from Hydaelyn herself. Our cooperation may come at a price, but whatever it is, I am willing to pay it. Exhausting though it may be at times.
If I may excuse myself, I wish to pay a visit to the High Crucible. While the scales functioned admirably, it would be prudent to have them inspect for signs of degradation. By all means, I shall do the same for this vessel. Then I will go meet with the soldiers, share with them what I learned fighting Voids in the 13th. And not of you, my friend. Have you any immediate plans? I might go tend to my island. Truly. Had I known you had such interests, I might have entrusted you with the development of nearby isles to attract visitors. At any rate, should you be in no hurry, might I trouble you with a small task first? I wish to have food ready for Zero when she awakens, you see. Would you be willing to go to Meredy and ask for suitable refreshments? Yeah, no problem, I got it. Excellent. In the meantime, Nitahan shall watch over Zero. She is already en route. Let us each then tend to our respective business and reconvene anon. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, hooray! A modest quantity of a living mortal's ether should suffice. Afterwards, once our guest feels better, she's welcome to sample whatever else we can provide. Just let me know. I don't know, I really just liked that sound. It was very satisfying to listen to.
What happened? How did I get here? There's no time. I must rejoin the battle. I must...
Oh, you're awake! Wonderful!
Ah!
What is this? Some sort of fiend? A fiend? Where is it? Where? But this is no time for jokes. You're in the source, my dear. The world next door, so to speak. The others brought you here after you collapsed.
Oh.
I'll fetch them at once. Wait, just a moment.
Boop. 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 Here's a basket of apples. Enjoy.
I took the liberty of arranging refreshments. I hope you find them as flavorful as they are invigorating.
Why are you a child?
This isn't what you promised. I suppose ether is ether.
Wait. Don't tell me you don't know how to eat?
I took what I needed from it. What's the problem?
Where's the enjoyment in that? You're supposed to bite, to chew, to savor, and then swallow. That's the way. So, did it taste good?
I don't know.
The long years without eating may have dulled your sense of taste.
Well, we void scent have no need for such when consuming others. There are some who speak of taste when describing the quality and affinity of their prey's ether. But I loathe the act. Taking ether in small amounts like this is one thing, but diluting my essence, diminishing myself, I'd sooner die. And I have died, countless times.
You have? But what happens when you do?
Not much. After a while you return, together with all your expended life force. The important thing is to die where others won't devour you.
Amazing! My peers who study immortality and resurrection would be most interested in this phenomenon.
A question of taste aside, I am glad that you are able to partake of food like us. I dare say it agrees with your personal preferences.
That's true. You can keep giving me the same on a regular basis.
Very well. As my guest, I shall see that you do not want for comfort. And one other thing. We brought you to our world without your consent, and for that, I apologize. If you wish it, We will return you to yours once you have regained your strength.
It's fine. I have no reason to go back. Except for yours, perhaps. You intend to cross over again, I take it.
I do. I have yet to find my sister. I want nothing more than to rush to her aid, to find this Golbez and free her from his clutches, if he still holds her captive.
Though if our recent experience has taught us anything, 'tis that the 13th is more dangerous than we ever imagined. Caution must be our watchword.
Better late than never. In the short time you spent in our world, you left a trail of chaos in your wake. You managed to return in one piece this time. But don't assume you'll be so lucky the next.
Rest assured, we will make no assumptions and spare no preparation. Speaking of which, while we rest and ready ourselves, I ask that you tell me more about your home. In return, I will tell you about ours. I will show you my domain, rods at hand.
Again, a stranger in this strange land. I have a condition. You must come too.
You have my thanks.
Okay. I believe I can Aethernet shard there, yes or no? I think it's no, but I'm going to try anyway. Okay, good, I can. Greetings. And may I greetings, Mihele. And may I introduce to you Zero. She is an esteemed guest, and I ask that you see to her meals during her stay. Ah, yes. Myriad has told me all. Please come to us whenever you are hungry. We'll look after you. 'Twas here that Lady obtained the apples. While the palace cooks can prepare whatever you desire, it is certainly a quick and convenient food. I'll remember it. And you are the ones there, moving their bodies about. Is there some ritual related to eating? They are dancers. They move their bodies to pleasure those who are watching. It is a form of entertainment, part of our culture. How needlessly complicated. We void-sent prefer simpler pleasures. That may be the way of it now, but your world too must have had such complicated diversions once. I don't remember. Well, let us move on. I propose we visit Badashan Bazaar, where goods the world over may be found. Well, if I'm going to excuse myself for a moment, but do not fret, I will be right back. hello again. You, repair my stuff for 700 gil. Good, thank you, bye. That was so rude. Talk. This is a marketplace where people buy and sell goods. Since its earliest days, Razadhan has served as a trading hub. And here you will not find not only local products, but wares from distant lands. I should mention that vendors generally only accept payment in coin or tomestones. If there is aught you desire, I shall take care of it. So that's what tomestones are for. Void sent returned with them on occasion, but I never knew their purpose. They struck me as useless trinkets, and I couldn't understand your obsession with them. On that subject, there appeared to be no shops in the 13th. Do you never make bargains in which possessions are exchanged? We do, but rarely we strike bargains when we want something done. If we desire an object, we kill whoever has it. I see. Your bargains are likened to employment, I believe. I shall bear this in mind. With that, let us continue on. I propose we head to the High Crucible of Alchemia. Yes, Cinder? No. No. I'm going the wrong way. Honestly, no, it will just be faster to walk there from here. So anyway, habba-dabba-ba-doo. Wabba-doo-beep-beep-bada-boo. Oh, walk past who I need to go see. Hello, friend. Why, Master Vishra, how may we serve you this morning? If you're here for your vessel, I'm afraid we are still tending to it. No, there is no rush. Pray take as much time as you require, and know that I have complete faith in your work. The High Crucible is home to the finest alchemists. They are the ones who created my bodies, and can provide you with healing as well. Now that I think on it, you weren't all that surprised when I changed forms. Were you aware of my nature from the start? That I was a soul occupying a vessel not my own? It's hardly uncommon in our world. When given the chance, many shed their bodies to claim stronger ones. Oh, you must be the rumored guest. If you have a moment, would you care to stay for some tea? The sisters know we'd love to hear your tales. No, I've had enough food for now. You can always obtain more without the need for inane chatter. Now, no need to decline outright. I dare say you are tired, so let us save it for another time and return to Meghaduta. If aught chatter catches your eye en route, do not hesitate to say so. Gotta catch 'em all. Some sort of fruit. Pitiful things, though. I imagine you to eat a lot to derive any satisfaction. These are mulberry trees. While the fruits are indeed edible, most important are the leaves, which we feed to silkworms. Without the creatures, we wouldn't have any silk to make our famous Stavirian weave. Furthermore, the bark of the tree also possesses medicinal properties. You would be hard-pressed to find a more useful plant. Is that so? Aside from food, I wouldn't have considered any other purpose for it. Master Vitra, and Lady too! Wahoo! It's me, Mario! Uh-oh. If it isn't young Mihrad, and that must be your sister Yarsa. Yasra. Okay. Is all well at the orphanage? Yes, Your Excellency. The other children are very nice, and we all look out for one another. Oh, just the other day, Estinian came to see us. Everyone was really excited. Truly, Estinian paid you a visit. That is well. Is he a new friend? Friend? You know what that is? What? You mean you don't? She is a visitor from a faraway land, you see. She is unfamiliar with our language. Then we will teach you. A friend is someone you like to play with. Play with? Zeno seemed to be enjoying himself when he fought you. Is that the same thing? More or less. It's a bit more complicated than that, though. I see. But is having someone to play with so fulfilling? I still do not understand why. Why he traversed the great expanse, why he risked life and limb for you. But I waste energy dwelling on such things. I am not Xenos. I stand to gain nothing from knowing his heart. I'm sorry I couldn't explain it well. There is no need for apologies. To apologize. It's not your fault, but mine for failing to make sense of your words. We'd better head back on our errand. Goodbye. Nice meeting you. I wave. Through Xenos, I thought I understood the ways of your world. But the more I learn of it, the more I realize how little I actually know. It's all so strange, your behavior and your reasons. I find myself baffled at every turn. but I feel it's not unwelcome. I'm learning bit by bit. It was the right decision to join you. Money! I believe Zero's time here has been rewarding, and it was no small part due to your company. My thanks for agreeing to join us. Come, let us head to Megaduta. Welcome, viewer, whoever you might be. I should stop doing that. All things considered, I think I am going to call it here for today. Thank you everyone for watching. Have a good one, and see you next time.